Hi, this is Jeremy Schoonmaker. I'm a technical consultant with the Channel MPS Group. In this video, I'm going to give you a hardware walkaround of the E400 series color laser jet MFP. Now, the device I have is actually a transactional LaserJet Enterprise M480, but this walkaround will also apply to the E47528. To start with, the device has a 4.3-inch touch control panel, so all the scan, copy, and settings functions will all just be available through this touch control panel. Right underneath the control panel, you see that there's a USB port that's available for walk-up USB printing or scanning, and that can be enabled or disabled by the administrator. Just above the screen, we have our auto document feeder and glass. Now, this glass will only do letter and A4 sized paper. It doesn't do legal sized paper, so it's a little bit smaller than some of the larger products in our portfolio. But it does have an auto document feeder, which has some guides that you can move in and out to fit snug against your paper. And if you like, there's a small little catch here on the output bin to catch your pages so they don't fall off the end if you've got some long pages. Next, if we move down on the device, there is a bypass tray that you can open here on the front that you can put envelopes or labels or whatever you need to. There's a small little switch there so that you can move these guides in and out to fit snug against your paper. And if you have a little bit longer paper, you can also pull this tray out so that you can guide those pages in a little bit easier. Here we have the power button of the machine. You just turn the device on and off using this power button. There's no additional switch down near the power cord, simply this button. On the bottom of the device, we have a built-in paper tray. This is a 250 sheet paper tray that can fit either letter or legal media. And when you put your media in, you can just adjust these tray guides, this for the length of the paper and this for the width of the paper. You see that there are these blue tabs you can click so that you can have those guides snug up against the paper. If you want to switch to legal sized media, there's a blue tab right here that you push, and it'll actually extend the tray out so that you can fit in that 14-inch length paper. However, be advised that when you have that paper tray extended, when you push the tray in, it doesn't push in all the way, and you can actually see into that paper tray. If legal size media is something that's a standard size media that you would want on this machine, you can add an additional paper tray that goes on the bottom, and that additional paper tray won't stick out like this when legal size media is added. Now, on the left-hand side of the device, you see that there's a button right here, and pushing this button allows you to access the toner cartridges. So if any of the toner cartridges need to be replaced or accessed, you push this button, and this front door will open. It lays down flat, and then you can use this blue handle to pull out this tray, which has each of the toner cartridges. So we have black, cyan, magenta, and yellow. And if I take one of these out, you can see that there is a sticker here indicating which cartridge needs to go in that slot. So you shouldn't be putting in the wrong cartridge in the wrong slot, and the printer should be yelling at you if you do so. Now, looking at the back of the device, you see on the right-hand side of the back, you have the power input. Here you have USB and network inputs. And behind this little piece of plastic, if you pull that off, is a slot for fax input if needed. This device comes with a fax card included, so you can put your fax line in there. If there is a jam, paper runs from the paper tray up the back and then into the engine. So it may be that if there's a jam, you'll need to be able to access the paper. To do so, there's a door right here that you can open, and you'll be able to see in there. You can access the paper path. This right here is the fuser unit. It's screwed in, so it can't be manually removed without a screwdriver, but paper can get stuck sometimes here. So this should give you access to any of the spots where paper might get jammed during the printing process. And if that does happen, you want to look at the front screen, because the front screen will tell you where in this paper path to look for that jam. One last thing I want to point out on this machine is that although it can support embedded solutions and it does support a badge reader, there isn't an integration pocket for the badge reader like there is on the products higher up in the portfolio. What this means is that if you purchase a badge reader, you should be plugging into the back port that I showed you earlier, and then you'd be mounting it here on the side or here near the output area over here on the right-hand side. So you'll need to make sure that the badge reader that you purchase comes with a mounting kit so that it has Velcro and cable guides in order to facilitate the badge reader being attached to the side of the machine. And that's the overview of the LaserJet 400 series Enterprise MFP.